Welcome back, first grade artist. You should have drawn your 4 practice drawings of flowers to start us off. Some of us didn't have a chance to do that because you were fast-tracked. So you may have only drawn your large square flower. So in that case, you have a flower that looks much like my flower where you've started painting it. We're not going to finish painting it quite yet because we're going to all begin our clay at the start of art class today. So I have what's called a slab of clay, and I've placed it on top of a paper towel. So your first step will need to be to get a paper towel and meet with Ms. LaGrange to pick up your clay slab. I also picked up a set of clay art tools, and these tools are going to be used to first start off drawing 4 dots on my clay. This is not a pencil that I'm using, it's a maple stick. It's very strong, so it allows me to carve into my clay. In this case, I'm drawing really lightly. If I make something I don't like, I can just rub it with my finger right back out, because I'm not carving deep into the clay at this point. So I'm going to draw my last petal, touching all 4 sides, and I'm going to check it to see if I'm touching all 4 sides because I want my bowl as big as possible. Now I can move my painting to the side, and now I'm going down deep for my second time. We're going to do this 3 times. You'll also notice that I'm wiping off any of the extra clay that may be sticking to my clay tool. So I'm just going to put that on the side on my paper towel. I lifted it up just to check to see if I've carved all the way through yet, and I haven't, so I'm going to carve a 3rd time. This may take 4 or 5 times, and that's okay. So I'm pressing a little harder, and I'm going all the way through my clay. Now that I have it where it's touching all 4 sides. So I'm going to take off this piece on the bottom. I'm also going to smooth some of the edges where it's rough. I have that extra little bit of clay sticking in areas, so I'm going to take that off with my clay tool. And there are enough of these maple sticks for everyone at your table. They're in each of the bowls. So there I go, I have it all gone. So I'm going to save that extra clay that I have. I'm just going to let it rest. And now I'm going to fix these lines that I sketched in. I don't want to carve all the way through for the center part of my flower because I want that to stay on the flower. So now I'm going to use some of these texture tools. And texture tools mean that when I press into them, they make a rough texture. So when I rub my flower later, it's going to have all of these abstract designs and patterns on, just like we had done using our pencils. So for each petal, I'm wanting to have a new texture. So I need to find 5 or 6 unique different parts. Now I have a piece of wood, and let's see if I can find anything else in my bowl. Oh, that looks great. I'm going to use that for the texture of the center of my flowers. Okay, I'm all set. I'll put my tools aside, and now I have to take my extra clay. Remember, we were going to save this. And this extra clay, we're going to make feet for our bowls. This is actually going to hold our bowl up so it doesn't fall over. And this week, we're only making the clay part of our bowl. We won't put these onto our bowl this week. We'll put them on next week. We're going to use glue to put them on, and we won't be able to do that until the next time we have art. But I do need to have my name on my art. So I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to add my first name. Now I'll flip it over like a pancake. And I want to put it in the center of my piece of paper towel. And I'm going to get the bowl out. Now this is going to make the shape of my bowl. So I'm going to carefully press it in. And after I've pressed it in, I'm just going to let it rest with the 4 balls of clay for the feet, and then turn it into Ms. LaGrange, and you'll be ready next week.